Alright guys, here we are. NotSoStockGaming's Platinum Tier Tournament will be starting this evening in about 30 minutes. Make sure that you are checking in on our website, NotSoStock.ca. In the next 15 minutes, we close out that bracket at 1/4 so make sure that if your team has signed up for the tournament, as well as are interested in actually participating, you need to check in online at NotSoStock.ca. If you guys have questions, are these tournaments recognized by Riot? Ergo, do winners get champion rise?
No.
They do, actually. The winners of each of these tournaments, the top 4 teams, are awarded RP issued by Riot Games, not from us specifically. It's through our tournament, but it's issued by Riot Games. The top 4 teams get an RP reward, and the winning team gets 3,200 RP apiece for their 5 participating members, as well as the Triumphant Rise skin. Already got one. Awesome, dude. That's awesome. Again, this is the short... are you Jat's son? No, I'm not. Thanks, though. I love Jat. He's probably my favorite shoutcaster. This is just a short Q&A. Also, as soon as 7 o'clock rolls around, 7 p.m. Eastern, we go off of Eastern time here on NotSoStock. As soon as 7 p.m. rolls around, we'll be addressing some rule changes that will take place later in the month, but we wanted to give you guys a heads up in the meantime. So while we're just sitting here, the reason for me being here is for the Q&A. If you guys have questions about the tournament, and also to remind you guys to make sure that you sign up. If you're signed up, we locked sign-ups last night, but if you're signed up and you're ready to go for the tournament, make sure that you are checked in at before 1/4. So you have about 10 minutes to make sure that you check in. Wasn't this yesterday? Yeah, we have a tournament every day of the week. So yesterday was the tournament for the gold tier. Tonight is platinum tier. We do advertise pretty hard on Reddit. The problem is depending on the moderator that's on Reddit at the time, then they might actually remove it because it's advertising a stream. Yes, the gold tournament was yesterday. Yeah, the title will change in just a moment, guys. We'll fix that for you, don't worry. I have a face cam? Yes, I do. Again, only 10 minutes, about 9 minutes remain for things to get underway. Well, for us to lock up that bracket. So make sure you do check in online at NotSoStock.ca if you are interested in having your signed up team participate. If you didn't sign up, you'll have to join a different tournament, we do have our open bracket this Friday evening, so if you want to join us for that, you're more than welcome to. And if you have questions, go ahead and post those in the chat. Tonight is NotSoStockGaming's Platinum Tier Tournament. When does the Platinum Tournament start? In about 12 minutes. Or, excuse me. Yeah. 22 minutes. We start at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's when the games will begin. At quarter to the hour, we lock signups, or we lock the check-ins, and then we'll be finalizing the bracket. We'll post that bracket in the chat for the stream as soon as that's finalized. And then you'll see me shoutcasting a game from start to finish up until the finals, all here on NotSoStockGaming's tournament stream. Where can we sign up for the gold tournament? Anytime prior to the event, anytime 24 hours prior to the event, and you can do that online at NotSoStock.ca. Link to the bracket. The bracket has not been finalized yet, so yeah. How do you edit team members if someone can't make it? Make sure you PM us through an email, NotSoStock. Like, email us at admin@notsostock.ca with your specific concern. Yes, Molly spam. Do it. Do it. We can't play music on the stream, unfortunately. If we want to upload these to YouTube, then we can't play music. So keep that in mind. I know you're referring to the song. I can't play music. Yeah. What's the NotSoStockGaming YouTube? I'll have the owner of the stream. They'll post that in just a second. Thanks. Thanks for your compliment on my suit. How do we get involved in these tournaments? That's a great question. You can log on to NotSoStock.ca, and on that website there's a ton of different information, schedules of the upcoming tournaments, and it's really easy to get involved. If you have a fives team, it's really simple to just sign them up for whatever tournament tier they fit into, as well as the open bracket Friday evenings. If you don't have a full fives team, you can use our Team Finder feature that's on the website to actually put together a team just from solo queue members that you find through that website. If you have like 3 or 4 people, then you can use Team Finder in the opposite way. You say like, hey, we just need 1 or 2 more people to make a fives team, so message the people you see on that forum. I hope that answered your question. No problem, you're welcome. Again, in about 10 minutes we'll be underway for the first rounds of NotSoStockGaming's Platinum Tier Tournament. Again, we'll be underway shortly, guys. The bracket is being created at the moment. Again, in about 8 minutes, we'll be creating a game for the first round of tonight's League of Legends Platinum Tier Tournament hosted by NotSoStockGaming. We'll be underway shortly, guys. Is this tournament played on the tournament route or just an A? They are custom games created by me as the admin for the program. But they are tournament draft custom games. So real quick, if I'm joining the Platinum Tournament, does everyone on my team have to be Platinum, or can they be Plat and below? Go ahead and check all the rules on our website. You'll get a more in-depth response to that question there. NotSoStock.ca, rules.php. Looks like this is going to be SKT Hype Train on purple team. Double checking which of the bracket I'm actually here with. Looks like this will be Tactical Impact Gaming versus Orbit Gaming. Do no-shows happen a lot? No. Because we require teams to sign up and then check in. So if they don't check in, of course, a free win will be awarded to the team that was present. We're just getting teams into Team Select here for the first round game between Tactical Impact Gaming and Orbit Gaming. The winner of this matchup will take on the winner of the matchup between SKT Hype Train and Monstemonia. Will you guys be doing an LCS type tournament where you have like 8 teams playing in a week, week in, week out? No, actually, we have a tournament for each different tier. So if you want to get involved in the Bronze tier tournament, that's on Sundays, up through Diamond tier, which is on Thursday evenings, and then Open tier on Friday. So there's a tournament for every tier. If you want to get involved, go ahead and log on to NotSoStock.ca. Sign up your Fives team. If you don't have a Fives team, you can make one using our Team Finder feature. So we have just a few more minutes before we get underway for our first round game between TIG and Orbit. Again, just about 10 more minutes as the primary delay. This team here, Tactical Impact Gaming, has up to 1/4 to have their team here. When do you have to be signed up by to join a tournament? You have to sign up before the day before, 24 hours before the tournament will begin. So if you want to get involved in the open bracket, which is the easiest to get involved in because there's not a lot of restrictions on what kind of a team you can enter, then yeah, you can sign up on our website, NotSoStock.ca. We still have open enrollment for that open bracket tournament. You don't even have to be level 30 to join that one. Of course, you have to have a team, 5 people. But again, that team doesn't have to be ranked. Doesn't even have to be solo queue ranked. You just need to have 5 people and sign up on the website and check in on time. So yeah, 10 minutes remaining to get the last 2 members of that team here into Team Select so that we can begin. If they don't arrive, then that'll be a free win awarded to Orbit on Purple Team. What do I think about Braum? I actually have yet to play the champion, but from what I read from patch notes and his champion spotlight and all that kind of stuff, I think he's exactly what the meta plays right now. Like, he's a really, really strong champion because he can provide a lot of utility and outplay while being super tanky to deal with bruisers. He's basically... I'm hoping what that means for the future is that what I'm hoping is that you're going to have the LCS teams, like pro teams, are going to start picking up more of Kog'Maw, more of Tristana, the hyper late game carries that aren't good unless they have a team that can protect them, and Braum can almost do that on his own. So I'm hoping you're going to see more Kog'Maw specifically coming back to pro play. Apologize for no background music, guys. We can't play music if we want to upload it to YouTube, otherwise YouTube gets really butthurt about copyrights and stuff like that of the audio. Isn't Kog'Maw now the highest rated AD carry in Korea? I'm not aware of that, but it would not surprise me. Kog'Maw is still the strongest hyper late game DPS champion. It's just that he is extremely squishy and immobile. So, so I wouldn't be surprised if the Koreans are already winning with him, especially with Braum in play. So, keeping that in mind, then it doesn't surprise me if that is indeed the truth. So, unfortunately, we only have 7 minutes remaining for TIG to get their member here into Team Select. And then we'll be underway. If they don't make it, then we'll award a free win. anyone's having sound issues, it's kind of laggy for me. I can try checking my mic, but I haven't been speaking for like the last 5 minutes. We're just waiting to for the next 3 minutes to see if blue team can actually get their team into team select. I thought he was supposed to be in game. Probably with chat window off screen. It's not there when we're in game. We've got 2 minutes. Alrighty, that's a DQ, guys. We will wait for this summoner right here to get into game, and then we will spectate that. You're on the edge of your seat. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Finally spectate. It'll be champion select. Okay. This is going to be the matchup between it'll be Mons Demonium and SKT Hype Train. The winner of this matchup moves on to the semifinals. So we've got SKT Hype Train on blue side versus Mons Demonium on purple. Will be underway in just a moment. We got 2.5 minutes remaining on the spectator delay. We've got a lot of burst damage and kite ability out of this team. If they get hard engaged on, which is what this team is all about, yeah, I actually am going to call this game. This is going to be probably a win for Mons Demonium. They've got a lot of hard engage and AoE damage, which means blue team is going to be under pressure to really kite themselves away. And they've got a strong tank line between these three champions here, and even Graves himself is relatively tanky, which means that if Thresh can't like box out the entire enemy purple team, then they're gonna get right on top of Akali and Ezreal and LeBlanc, and like the strong tank line of Wukong, Shyvana, Leona is being able to tank up the damage from these high burst assassins, and it'll be really hard for the assassins to get to the back line of the Graves and Orianna, and there's shields back there too, you know, shields and summoner heals on both of those guys. So like the best way for blue team to win here is for them to get really strong early laning phase wins, as well as mid-game rotations actually like ganking. So like Akali, as soon as she hits level 6, she should try to get a 1v1 kill on that Orianna, probably with Lee Sin coming in to get enough damage in there to burst her out, and then she should take level 6 bottom lane, because bottom lane will only be level 4 or 5 at the very beginning. So that's the best chance to get ahead, and then they need to take the snowball lead to get dragons, towers, to get map pressure, and to just snowball a massive goal lead. Because then, of course, if Akali has a gunblade and all you have is like Zhonya's, you're dead. Like Orianna will lose that matchup 100%. I'm just talking about late game team fights. You don't want it to get to the late game against purple team here, because they will have so much tankiness and so much kite ability to keep assassins off that backline. In about 13 seconds, we'll be loading onto the Rift here, guys. And that will be Game 1. The winner of this matchup moves on to the semi-final matchup against Orbit Gaming. And we're loading onto the Rift here, guys. Alright, so as we're loading on here, guys, in the meantime, go ahead and check us out at NotSoStock.ca. You can check out a couple features that are on our website there, including our Team Finder feature if you want to get involved. In upcoming tournaments, we have our Diamond tier tomorrow evening, as well as the Open Bracket on Friday nights. You don't even have to be level 30 for that. You can sign up with 4 other friends and just make a team of 5 members and play in that open bracket. Again, the top 4 teams are rewarded RP issued by Riot Games, and the number 1 team gets also rewarded Triumphant Rise skin. All of it issued by Riot Games. As far as like 2v2 matchups in this bottom lane, I actually see things going in Graves Leona favor. Ezreal has a lot of single target skill shot burst, so unless Thresh can get a hook in the brush to pull somebody away from the minion line, Ezreal's not going to be able to land his Qs through minions, of course. So I actually see Graves feeling much stronger. Leona's damage can go through minions, as well as Graves' damage can go through minions, so there's a little bit of that matchup in their favor. Thresh is kind of a soft counter to Leona, but that's not going to stop Graves from dominating that lane. Again, jungle help aside. Here we are on to Summoner's Rift here, guys. I'm just moving around the matchups to make sure everybody is in their respective roles in the scoreboard. Again, this is patch 4.7 if you haven't played on it yet. As of a few days ago, that new patch allows for the trinkets to be available 30 seconds into the game. 30 seconds until minions spawn as well, so invades are a little less likely. The laugh spam on red side here. Interesting that Leona's taking that shield right here, the Runic Blessing. That's really deep into the defense tree. I personally think it's a wasted mastery because it absorbs 50 incoming damage, but it's contingent upon you reviving. Like, you have to have died to get it refreshed. So if you're trying to be optimal, then you should only ever have it the once in the beginning of the game. And it doesn't increase per level, so like, say she doesn't die until 20 minutes into the game, it's still only 50 damage shield, and that's like nothing later on. So just my personal opinion there. Looks like bottom side buff starts for both of the junglers. There's a lot of vision that'll show Wukong starting this up. So top should be wary at level 3, around the 3-minute mark. They should be getting ganked. Just a short leash. Looks like Graves will make it into lane in time for the first minion death. Again, in this bottom lane, I like to start out in the bottom lane in the early levels because whoever can get that level 2 advantage first early on has a lot of kill threat if the other team isn't actually there. So Leona will have missed out on one minion's EXP, so Graves will hit level 2 before her. But it looks like the minion wave in general is still in Blue's favor. So they'll probably hit level 2 first, which means Hook and Flay will be available for this Thresh. Let's put down a little bit of auto attack harass onto each of those champions, getting as much money as possible out of his pickpocket mastery. Leona just has her stun, or she has Zenith Blade level 1. Interesting choice. Great two-man Flay, and now that he has Death Sentence available and they're lined up, that's going to be a hook onto Leona, forcing her to flash away. No other summoner spells blown. But again, that level 2 advantage, really strong. Leona's still level 1, Graves level 2, as I said. Alright, level 2 for Leona. Okay, Lee Sin is now topside. He will have been spotted out by that ward, so Shyvana's backing off very intelligently. In this mid lane, looks like Orianna's doing really good zoning out with the ball. Pops the passive of that LeBlanc. She's trying to pot up to remain in lane. Wukong is really close here. Maybe looking to dive Kingsley on that LeBlanc really early on. Only 3.5 minutes into the game here, but you got farm numbers definitely in favor of blue team. Nice auto attack harass, taking advantage of the passive. One more auto will actually do it. That's first blood. 392 gold, so not quite a full value first blood, but that was awesome. First blood in a solo kill, not even having to use either summoner spell for that Orianna pick it up. Well played on her part. Orianna getting on a roll early against the team that has to win the early game. That's unfortunate for blue team. Shoving in here, nice Death Sentence lands onto the Graves, gets flayed forward as well, but a lot of return damage goes onto Thresh. He'll just start to eat that biscuit to pot up. He's still got a lot of them remaining too. Interesting that he wasn't using them already. Again, in this bottom lane, things should be in favor of the Graves Leona later on, as long as they can keep this even. Looks like we have a pause count out. Okay, Graves disconnecting. Interesting. Wukong disconnecting as well. Just pause while they get back into game here.
summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected.
So we got the reconnects coming. We'll be underway shortly, guys. And if you want to check out that bracket, I'll go ahead and link that in the chat so you can see we already had some victories.
A summoner has reconnected.
Alright, we're back underway here, guys. Just had a couple disconnects that we had to get reconnected, but now we're back underway. Interesting that top lane is already in Akali's favor. Normally, we've got most lanes win against an Akali pre-6, and then she gets a massive spike with her ultimate available. But it's interesting that she's already harassing Shyvana out really early. Well played on her part. Yeah, if Akali can get running early and then maybe gank mid to help LeBlanc against the Orianna matchup, that'll definitely favor well for blue team. Level 5s for each of these guys. With a full HP Bard, Shyvana's trying to put down a little bit more pain onto Akali. But now Akali's in a little bit of trouble now that Wukong is here. Oh no. One more auto will do it. From either of them, nice brush control. That'll be another kill going over to red team here. Great gank by that Wukong. Almost got something out of it, Akali, but not quite. Lee Sin is here, and Orianna is quite low. She flashes to survive it. Great flash to stay alive. Shockwave available. Dissonance almost taking her down. She's only got 100 HP, and the auto will be enough to do that with the magic damage as well. Looking for another one. This Orianna's doing work in the mid lane, getting a kill in a 1v2 situation after already blowing her flash. Well played. She used Summoner Heal to get the speed boost there. That was really good. So look at this. Leona and Graves now shoving in against the lane that was going heavily against them for a while. And that's just because Graves' poke does a lot more for them than Ezreal, because Ezreal is much more of a skill shot and can't go through minions. Descendants almost connecting onto Graves, who might have seen something happen if that had actually connected. Wukong's also down bottom side, trying to rush that level 6. He doesn't quite get it. A little bit of harass out of these guys. They'll hit level 6 relatively soon. Or, no, they won't. They just barely hit level 5. Level 5 comes out for Graves as well. Oh, the Descendants does connect onto Graves. Stun goes down onto Thresh. And then the root down onto Ezreal. Ezreal doesn't have True Shot Barrage available to deal a lot of damage. Look at that. Just turning straight onto this guy's forcing Summoner Heal. One more auto. And then they stun up onto Captain Lord. Oh, great flash buckshot into the last hit to kill out that Ezreal. Rooting out Captain Lord on that Thresh as well. Now he tries to turn around to get some damage down onto these guys. The Dragon's Rage does a lot. A couple more autos. Oh, nice. Zenith Blade actually gets the last hit onto Thresh. That's a 2-for-1 in that bottom lane, including the jungle coming over, so relatively good. Ethereal Chains does connect onto Leona. She's going to just try and root them up to survive as long as she can, but that'll be another kill over. So a 2-for-2 overall, but a little different participation depending on the team that was involved. Orianna shoves up that mid lane. Orianna is really good at shoving lanes with the AoE from her spells, and LeBlanc has trouble last hitting already, as you can see there. So shoving in against her definitely reduces the total gold that that champion can gain. Dragon is available. Wow, Lee Sin must have just been doing a terrible invade there. Without his mid laner close by, there wasn't enough to help him. Now that Ezreal's here, though, they're trying to steal away the blue buff. The Cyclone gets activated, and Graves comes around the backside. He'll hit level 6 off of a death, I think. There it is, level 6 for him. He can just skill up that and use it to get the last hit. And he almost does, but the last hit from the Orianna again. Now, Orianna is 5-0, guys. That AoE control against a team full of squishy assassins is going to be massive. If you guys saw that, what was the highlight on LeagueOfLegends.com about Command Pentakill, I would not be surprised if something close to that happened this game. Alright, farm numbers now even in that bottom lane. They used to be a little bit more in Ezreal's favor. Now that Ezreal's fallen a couple times and he's rushing a Blade of the Ruined King, there's a lot more damage in the hands of this Graves with that full combo with his support as well. The box is available for Thresh, and so is Solar Flare for Leona. True Shot Barrage will be available, and actually you'll probably need the next wave after this one. Yeah, he definitely will. Which means there's a level advantage as long as collateral damage can come off cooldown before Ezreal gets his True Shot Barrage, then they should definitely fight that. Even right now would still be strong just with the level advantage of base stats being increased. Although I really want to go top lane because Wukong is here. Akali's quite low. She doesn't really have anywhere to go. Slows out the dragon, and Dragon Descent not available with such low rage. I think it was already shut down in that mid lane. Well played by that Lee Sin. Great gank. Knowing that the flash was still on cooldown. Death Sentence lands onto Leona. That's not who they want to hook up. But there's wards in the river that keep things safe for this bottom lane. Yeah, they just go ahead and dive that Akali in the top lane because she was really low. I'm not quite sure why she chose to stay instead of basing. Lee Sin's on the way. He will get spotted out by that Tribersh ward, but Graves has already been flayed, and Death Sentence would be an easy land here as it happens, and he gets boxed up too. There's just too much damage. His True Shot Barrage slices through that Graves, and he's going to fall to that. 4 members are down here. They might as well dive, as the red buff slow will be enough to slow down the Leona as well. Thresh getting the last hit, though. Looks like they'll shove that into the turret and go for Dragon. This will be the first Dragon of the game, going over to SKT Hype Train. Monsdemonium has a better late game team fight, but again, if this early game sways any more in the favor of this team full of assassins, things will be pretty scary. Shockwave is available for Orianna. Interesting pathing, not running to her turret. But I think she wants a fight here. She'll catch out Ezreal. Dissonance not actually connecting. Will Lee Sin actually go for that? No, he won't. There's too much help from red team. Again, shoving in against the LeBlanc basically reduces the total gold she can get, because it's really hard for a LeBlanc to last hit, let alone underneath turret. So she's having to use all her spells here and still have difficulty last hitting. It's a really sore sight to see, actually. Alright, in that top lane, Akali almost takes out that Akali, but Akali trying to 1v2. Dragon's Descent comes out for the chase. Burnout also gives that move speed. Oh, almost being able to take down the dragon, but the ignite ticks won't be enough to take that off. Great damage control between those two guys, making sure that nobody actually falls. Orianna gets a solo kill in a 1v2 against the jungler. Double buffs transferred over to her, and then back over to LeBlanc. She has the buff. She's over the wall. Flash out by the Wukong. He wants to chase because he wants the buffs. Great juke back over this way. I don't think they'll actually know. Well played by that LeBlanc. The magic tricks keeping her safe with the double buffs. She'll be able to recall and come back with those. 6 to 11 in kills, 0 to 2 in turret. Both of those greater numbers in favor of red team here. That's a 2,000 gold lead in their favor as they'll take down a turret again in this mid lane. There's only a couple people here. They could actually turn this if they pick up a kill before LeBlanc shows up. Ezreal looks like he'll probably get that turret for free as he's got a cannon and nobody coming to defend. Shyvana on her way, but I don't think she'll make it in time. A cannon creep, making it a lot easier. Yeah, just a couple more autos. There we go. Bottom turret goes down. That's first stone for blue team. Alright, in that mid lane we've got not too much damage available between LeBlanc and Thresh. Descendants connects onto the ghost, or the clone. Cyclone? No. Cyclone is available though, but really low mana and not a full HP bar means probably doesn't want to go for that right now. Shockwave is available for Orianna. She's got so much damage with that completed Athenes, as well as a Seeker's Arm Guard. See, without a turret, lasting is a lot easier for that LeBlanc. She's picking up a few more minion kills, but still a little bit behind her matchup in that mid lane. Akali, huge in terms of farm numbers in that top lane. She's got about a couple kills worth of gold to even up the 2 kills, so she's about even in total gold with Shyvana up there in the top lane if she can get her levels up to the same margin. 11 Akali is really scary, having rank 2 ultimate. Lee Sin off in the wings and LeBlanc on the way. She will be spotted out by the wards in the river. I think that was a cancelled auto by #1 of Legends. Oh, there's Mark of the Assassin on that Shyvana. She's got Dragon's Descent available. I don't think she knows that Lee Sin is here. Wukong's off in the wings, but not really there. He started off his red buff, so the next 30 seconds or so for him to finish that up and head up this way. Here he comes, so that means it's going to be a 2-man here in this top lane. They don't know that Lee Sin's on the way, and Wukong will just get spotted by a ward. They go in onto Shyvana, and they take her out. There's a pink ward for Akali. Cyclone gets started, and there's the red buff damage. It gets applied on every auto attack, so it's a lot of damage. It's a 1-for-1. Trading jungler for top laner. Oh, that's not good. Akali, please. She had a lot of damage while she had Ignite available as well. I misread that. With a little bit of Spell Vamp to drain tank Wukong's damage. Wukong was also really low on mana. Well, there's a 3-man push in the mid lane here. True Shot Barrage to try and delete the minions. Yeah, that'll actually do enough to probably make these guys have to back or make a difficult call. The box hits a couple. Shockwave into the collateral damage. Deals so much damage. Actually just deletes Thresh. And looks like Leona will get away as well. They're chasing onto red team here, but I don't think they'll be able to chase too much unless Lee Sin can land a hit. But the slow from the dissonance will be enough to get them away. But LeBlanc's mobility means they can chase onto that Leona. Leona falls in the jungle. Dragon spawns in about 20 seconds. Akali's shoving up that mid lane. Again, look at that total gold. We've got about a 2,000 gold lead in favor of red team. They're going to lose out this dragon to SKT Hype Train. But Monsdemonium has the superior late game team fight capabilities. Oh, the back can be stopped here. Dragon's Rage used to keep him off, but oh wow. Sonic Wave Resonant Strike does land. Summoner Heal used by Graves. He has to kite this away. Walks back into the rush to get vision, but he's going to die to Thresh maybe? Oh, Thresh gets caught up. He's going to look to try and get a kill. Oh, wow, down to 110 HP on that Graves. He almost dies to True Shot Barrage, but his passive giving him enough armor and magic resist to tank up the damage that would come out from either True Shot Barrage, magic damage, or a couple autos from Thresh. He survives, gets away with a kill and an assist. Or a double kill it was, excuse me. So well played on his part. Orianna shoving up the mid lane with so much AoE. She's completed Athene's, she's completed her Hourglass on top of her Athene's that she completed first. It's a lot of cooldown reduction, damage, and ability to survive in a team fight. Orianna coming up this way, and she's got AoE. Puts a shield onto Shyvana, and I'm pretty sure the Dissonance was the last hit there. Red buff now going over to Orianna. She's already got her passive to empower her auto attacks. Red buff will do a lot for that as well. Alright, LeBlanc in this mid lane. Defending. She probably should rotate up here to save this turret. There's 4 members up here though, and not enough blue summoners on the map to actually defend anything. Death Sentence hooking a tree. Lumberjack, Thresh, new skin, right, please. That'd be a terrible skin. Don't mind me. Solar Flare lands a slow onto Ezreal, but he flashes the Zenith Blade to stay safe. Death Sentence doesn't quite connect. Lee Sin is off onto the side looking to insect somebody back into his team. He will have vision of most of these guys. Wow, so close. Sonic Wave almost connecting. There isn't a ward here, but there's a pink right here. They will know that they're still in the jungle. Shyvana backing in vision too. That's not a good thing. Wukong goes in. Flash into the Cyclone and the Dissonance. Shockwave deleting people. So much. Again, I was talking about the mid to late game team fights. Triple kill would have been... Yeah, it was a multi-kill for either Orianna or Wukong. Doesn't even matter. That's just a delete. Quasi-ace as LeBlanc just runs away. So much of a team fight. As I mentioned in Champion Select, I said this is for... this is a game for red team here, Monsdemonium, to lose. Like, it's their game to lose. But they'll probably come out with the win here with, you know, great team communication, great wombo combo. But well played. Using the Dissonance to slow her enemies and speed herself up. Looks like they'll be able to get away safely here. Let's see, is that Baron or mid? That'll go to blue team. That's their options at the moment. Looks like they ping out everything. Team's got to make a decision. Do they want to go for Baron? Do they want to go for mid? Looks like they want to go for mid here. Orianna can keep the turret up, most likely, with her AoE. What a mistake. Orianna just activates Hourglass and flashes out of the box. Akali's underneath the turret. Nice shockwave to keep her underneath as well, but Akali has a couple dashes to get away from that. Again, a double kill and another multi-kill going over to this Wukong. He can just buy up, like, I don't know. He'll probably buy up a Banshee's Veil and just end up killing everybody. A solo kill in the back there with an assist still going over to that Orianna, but well played on that Graves. They could probably get either top lane or... No, they can't. There's respawn timers. They're going to be pinged away. The mid lane will push in their favor automatically with the super minions. So at least they've got that going for them. Here's going to shove out the bottom lane so that they have more map control over the Baron pit. But that side of the map is really, really dark for both teams right now. Just trying to keep minions out of the base on blue side here. See if they can keep that up. A little bit of a mid-game lull. We're waiting for ultimates to probably come off cooldown for red team here so that they can try that wombo combo again. They'll probably set up vision control around the Baron area and then bait blue team into fighting them in a choke point in the jungle. That'll be their best bet. I love the chess game that is League of Legends. 6-1 in turrets. So much map control. Map ownership in favor of Monsdemonium. They're also up 15 kills for a total gold lead of 7,000. Dragon has respawned. It is live. Should red team want to secure that. Yona will have walked through a ward, so they will know that that's on the minds of red team. They won't know if they started it or not. There's no wards in the dragon pit. There's another dragon going over to red team. The gold lead increases to 8,000 with that take. Looks like they're going to give a red buff over to Graves. Wukong has one on his champion at the moment. Looks like they're taking bottom lane instead of going for Baron. Mid lane inhibitor will respawn in about 10 seconds. Great wave clear out of Graves and Orianna. That's going to be the turret falling in this bottom lane. Again, the blue inhibitor has respawned in the mid lane. They started putting damage onto the inhibitor. Ezreal trying to poke around the side. He has a blue buff. Wukong was revealed. They don't want to use Cyclone on a bad engagement. But they hook the Wukong into the team. That's probably a mistake. Oh, the wombo combo again. Not quite as pretty, but definitely as effective. Exhaust down onto Ezreal. He uses Blade of the Ruined King for a speed buff, but there's too many of them. You're going to fall. The inhibitor fell as well. Shyvana and Graves waiting for their minions. They've got a cannon creep in that wave as the chase continues in this bottom lane. You know, actually, if the lifesteal coming out from Ezreal, he might actually be able to, if they split the chase. Okay, Wukong comes in. One auto. Oh, the level up. If I'm not mistaken, yep, it was the level up. Wukong leveled up to save him from the last auto attack of that Ezreal. Double kill for Orianna. Death Sentence pulls her into the turret range. The flash ultimate. There you go. Akali, the late game assassin. Trying to chase onto the rest of the team. Good Death Sentence might do enough. Flays her on to Akali. She's stuck in the middle of the team though. The Blanc could burst somebody out. There's a shutdown onto Wukong. More dashes available. There's a double kill for Akali. This is the late game Akali that's necessary for the win. She gets shut down though. Shyvana gets away with like no HP. Leona giving her life for that. Oh, the true shot barrage was so close. That would have easily taken the life and given double buffs back over to Ezreal. Close, 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 close. But again, a 9,000 gold lead in favor of Monsdemonium. They're up 6 turrets. Baron gonna be all too easy to take once they have ultimates available again for just the AoE. Minions are pushing up this mid lane. The last one actually being last hit there by Ezreal. He's trying to keep things not shoved into the base. A lot of aggression goes down onto Orianna as well as the Akali. If they can take out either one of those, that's a big thing for the team. Or yeah, it looks like Akali will fall. Talisman of Session used to speed up blue team to get away. That'll be probably a free Baron. Unless they want to go for top. It's an interesting choice. Descendants lands onto Leona, but that's not who you want in the middle of your team. Much like hooking the Wukong into their team the last time that they were in the base. Will they think about contesting in a 4v5 against a team that's ahead? Baron will apply a magic damage debuff, magic resist debuff I should say, onto red team here. But Shyvana frontlining quite well. Will Ezreal just fall to Shyvana and Leona? He will. Johnny comes out. Oh wow, great play by the Graves there to save his Orianna while the Orianna was in Hourglass. And that's a quasi-ace. I'll say that again because Akali just respawned. He's looking for a flank, maybe to pick up a couple kills. But they still have Leona really tanky and alive. There's CC to keep her from getting on the team. That's probably a couple Nexus turrets, I think. They've got a super minion here. Yeah, that's one Nexus turret, maybe two Nexus turrets. They might go for the game here. Akali could try and get multi-kill as she did before. Ezreal's here too. Oh, the inhibitor respawn. What is this, an ARAM troll inhibitor here? The Platinum tier tournament. Oh, she just deletes the Graves. He needs a little bit of magic resist. Akali picking up just the one kill as she falls to Orianna. Oh, Ethereal Change does connect into the Descendant. So much change CC. That's a shutdown. 500 gold goes over to that Ezreal. Orianna trying to keep herself safe. It's a 2-for-1 trade in favor of SKT Hype Train, but there's so much gold in the hands of red team here. And so much map favor. There's only lost the one turret in that bottom lane. This turret in the mid lane still standing. Kong just showing up that mid lane again. The inhibitor was not taken, unfortunately, but they did lose both Nexus turrets. So as soon as that inhibitor goes down, that's an open Nexus. Wukong still shoving up that mid lane. Baron could be the next thing on their table. On the table, look at this. A huge wave pushing down here in the bottom lane in favor of red team, so they have full control of the top side of the map as long as they clear this out. Graves will probably head topside for that, and then they should go for Baron as minions push the bottom lane. If Akali gets spotted out splitting down bottom, that's a free Baron in their favor. There's no teleport on Akali, so she can't rejoin her team that way. Plus there's vision control in the Baron pit and around the Baron pit in favor of red team. One ward goes here. Won't be able to actually catch it. But Akali's down bottom. Looks like they're just going to go straight for that inhibitor. A decent choice as well. Play calling for that team. Akali's respawning. They need to just quickly get the inhibitor and then set up for their next fight because they don't actually have other members. Okay, Shyvana is actually teleporting in. Looks like they're just going to go for a dive. There's no Nexus turrets, so this is not really a full-on dive. Oh, Graves goes down in the backline. Wukong picks up a couple kills. One of the assassins is down. LeBlanc's off in the wings. Triple kill for that Wukong. He's huge with his last Whisper. Quadra kill. The one with the buff is the real one, guys. Lock it up. Looks like they won't dive the Nexus Obelisk. Would have been awesome if they did, though. They go for it. Oh, the pentakill! Oh, the pentakill, guys. Congratulations. As Leona's like, I got this, guys. Oh, what a funny ending to the game here, guys. As they dive the Nexus Obelisk to get the pentakill for that Wukong. And Leona goes for the Nexus. The support hammering on that thing for year after year, and it will fall in favor of Monsimonium. Congratulations to them. Double explosion with the surrender vote. A great ending to that game. Alrighty, if you want to see damage dealt to champions, I'll pull that up here. There you go. Akali for her team coming out big. But to the Shyvana and the Oriana, the big names for Monsdemonium there. Congratulations to them. Alright, this will be the semi-final matchup, guys, between Monsdemonium and Orbit Gaming. Alright, here we are into Champion Select, guys. Jack's banned out against Monsdemonium. Zed and Soraka banned out, Oriana banned out. That's a great ban. We saw how much work that did in the last game. Alright, bans come out. The first pick of that Morgana, most likely a support. Really strong. Interesting that you see a support Morgana picked already, and then you pick a champion that basically gets countered by it. Leona's entire kit can be countered by just the one spell Black Shield coming out from Morgana. An interesting choice.
Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. Minions have spawned. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. Rampage. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn. First blood. Minions have spawned. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Team's turret has been destroyed. Slain the dragon. Triple kill. Red team double kill. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
to judge.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has disconnected. A summoner has reconnected. A summoner has reconnected. team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's inhibitor has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed. Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Congratulations to the winner of tonight's matchup. Blue team does come out victorious. Team Orbit, congratulations. They'll be they'll be rewarded with 3,200 RP apiece, as well as that Triumphant Rise skin. This has been NotSoStockGaming's Platinum Tier Tournament. We're grateful to all of those that have participated. If you would like to join us as a spectator, as a viewer, for tomorrow night's Diamond Tier Tournament, we'd love to have you join us for that. Check out our website at NotSoStock.ca. Tune in tomorrow for that Diamond Tier Tournament, and sign up as well. You and 4 friends can sign up for the open bracket on Friday evening. Again, congratulations to Orbit Gaming. They were the victors of tonight's Platinum Tier Tournament. Hope you all have a good night, and hope to see you tomorrow.